this feeling, baby, we're invincible.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode and a brand new season of Rebuilding Notts County. Season 14. Honestly, I think it might well be the longest it's actually ever taken us to do one of these rebuilding saves. And I'm kind of alright with that, weirdly. And I know a lot of you guys are too, because you seem to be enjoying the save quite a lot as we reach this point. I sometimes quite like getting into this play, because we've actually had players at the club for quite a long time. The likes of Remy Dubois, I think this is going to be now his 8th season at Notts County. And he's developed from a very, very talented young player that PSG fobbed off to us for such a cheap price to an absolute world beater who somehow still only has 29 caps for France, despite being a 4.5-star player in this squad with attributes like that. I actually don't know how he's not got more caps for France. It's a travesty. I tell you, a travesty. Now, since this is the start of the week, it's time to thank new patrons as well. And this week is Liam Hartley and Tyler Burton. So massive thank you to both of you. That's incredibly awesome. And to everybody else over there on the Patreon, that is fantastic. Right, let's get into things. Actually, no. Before we do that, streams are going to be a bit different this week for those of you that watch them. Tuesday and Thursday streams, they'll still be there, same time as always, 11:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays. However, will be a stream on Wednesday night because there's something very interesting going on with essentially like an FM League 2 kind of thing. So stay tuned for more information about that, and that will also be going on at the weekend as well. So there's going to be a lot of streams this week, so that's going to be fun. And I'm going to need you guys' help with the FM League streams too, because you're going to have to help me pick a team. Right, so essentially, here's the situation we're in. We had a bloody good squad last year. We reached the Champions League semi-finals, muffed it up against Real Madrid, just weren't very good over 2 legs, to be honest. Didn't deserve it, I have to say. Sure, some things could have gone other way, but regardless, we lost 4-1. We can't act like we were unlucky. But we did manage to win the league. Yes, we got 1 less point than the year before, but the gap was really, really good, and we looked much better in places. So that's the main thing I'm proud of that. But we identified, not only in the final episode of the season, but also in the transfer, in the analysis video, what kind of position we really needed to go after. And we identified a few players that might be able to do that. And I've gone and spent. I have spent money, I tell you. Just shy of £200 million we've actually spent. We've actually sold some players too, so it's not the end of the world. But we have spent mad money. And I think it's going to pay off for us in the long run. We found some ridiculously good players. One I already showed you, and he has joined us. But first, the outs, because there isn't really a lot more to say about that. Some new contracts have been signed, team of the year, the usual sort of stuff, but nothing really that drastic has happened in that period. We are, I think, in our stadium again, though, which is going to be good. So first one you kind of already knew about. Ricky Griffiths has moved to Philadelphia Union on a free transfer, the 28-year-old Welshman, who was at the club for, a long time, 160 appearances for us, and 125 for Bolton as well. That's really saying something. Who are now in the Premier League. Bearing in mind, we can't stress this enough. Bolton are in the Premier League, which is absolutely fantastic. Did I actually mention that? I'm not sure I did. Bolton are in the Premier League. But my next out, and the biggest one of the bunch, is Mateus Cabral has gone to Crystal Palace. They just buy whatever I want to sell them. I don't understand it. They bought Thomas Stepanek off us for like 25 million. Mugs. They ended up playing him up front. Now, they've gone and bought Mateus Cabral off of us for £43 million. I literally just put him up for his value, and Palace went, Yes, I think I'll do that. And not only that, but they've given him £145,000 a week for a 30-year-old who was decent for us, I've got to say, but he just wasn't on the level that we were looking at. And, £43 million. Crazy. We paid £12 million for this guy from Leicester when they were relegated. We've moved him on, like 2 years later, for a £31 million profit. Those are stonks right there, folks. And that might leave you thinking, you just sold your first choice right winger. That presumably means you've bought one. Oh, yes, it does. But before that, Jorge Rincon has actually joined us. £3.4 million was the deal in the end from Atletico Nacional. I do not understand how no one else was interested in this guy. He's got 18 caps for Colombia and 7 goals for them at the age of 20. His jumping reach is shit, but sure. Acceleration is decent. Pace is decent. Great agility and balance. Finishing, dribbling, first touch, anticipation is 18. That's insane. Off the ball is really solid as well. Passing isn't too bad either, neither is his technique. This guy is a bloody good understudy striker to get at. Absolutely phenomenal. £3.4 million comes in immediately worth 26 million. No matter what, this deal is an absolute steal for us. Jesus Christ, he's not even, look at that. He's got a 5-head. Point is, super happy with this deal, but you already knew this one was going to happen, surely. But this is the deal we were waiting for. This is James Unger, an English, read that right, English right-sided player. We signed him from Bournemouth. The deal in total is 90 million. It's like 40 something up front with another 50 over the next 3 years. 24-year-old right winger. Now, we looked at this guy and he did some mad stuff for Bournemouth last year and was probably part of the reason why they did so well in the Premier League. And the fact that he was actually willing to join us was firstly a very good sign. Avoids using weaker foot, that's fine because we want him to play on the right. Gets forward whenever possible, knocks ball past, opponent runs with the ball down the right. He's got a lot of the attributes that I want from our right winger. He's faster than Cabral. Excellent stamina, amazing agility, good crossing, good dribbling, good first touch. Finishing isn't too bad either. His actual attacking stats are pretty damn good. Work rate is excellent. I think this guy is an absolute world beater. This to me, and someone did make this point, that we're going to struggle to find better players than the players we've got in a lot of our positions. But when they come along, we cannot not take the chance. And this one, I think, is that man. I think he is the right-sided eye-touch. So we've got eye-touch on the left now and James Unger on the right. De Los Santos can still play behind him, but I wasn't going to keep Cabral around. But this guy, I mean, I can't get over. And bear in mind as well, he's only on £99,000 a week, which is a bloody good deal. Only has 2 England caps somehow. I think this guy is phenomenal, and hopefully, and 6 foot tall, could do us a decent job in the air maybe as well. I really, really like him, and I was happy to spend the 90 million to really strengthen, to give us the wingers that we deserve, basically. And I believe he is that man. Love him. James Unger, great name. So with a lot of that stuff taken care of, I went and had a little look elsewhere. This is Arthur Silva, who's coming from Vitória de Guimarães. Not really super pleased with this deal, but I kind of wanted to just get a left back in because Keskin left. And obviously we've got Acevedo there. But we've got now a decent understudy to Acevedo in Arthur Silva. He's cost 38 million in total, which again is an absolute lot of money, I agree. But there's still a lot of things I do like about him. For a start, defensively, he looks like he could genuinely be... Look at that, 18 tackling. Huge fan of that. Crossing and dribbling isn't great, but it's not the worst. And he's got a decent number of... his mental stats are really good for a 19-year-old. Decent physicals as well. From a defensive standpoint, like marking, decent passing is decent. There's a lot to like about this guy. I think he's going to be a real workhorse for us. Not a massive world beater, and I think we may have paid over the odds at 38 million quid for the guy. That's in total. But still, I don't know. I was happy to do the deal just to give us some backup there. He was obviously rated at 5 stars, but, you know, my scouts are always wrong. And now we have Yoranis, a centre-back from Brazil. Now, I was looking at options before, and we talked about how Pinto, I wanted to bring him in instead of Celso. And I've been looking at this guy, Yoranis. He's got £24.5 million from Internacional over in Brazil. He's incredibly quick for a centre-back. 18 acceleration for a centre-back is outrageous. And he's 6'2", so he's not a short boy either. His heading's okay. Marking's reasonable. Tackling is decent. Good teamwork, a good work rate, very good decisions. There's a lot of things I like about this guy. His positioning isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. And he is still only 19 years old. So to bring in a guy like this, to me, gives us that little bit of extra strength. I wasn't able to move on Celso, unfortunately. He's the captain, and it just wasn't going to happen. And he'd also signed a new deal. So, yeah, he's going to be here. So there are going to be some problems with that potentially. But I feel like Yoranis could be a definite option. We've got a lot of players there. We've got Pinto. We've got Yoranis. We've also got, what's his name? Mikado, but I'm pronouncing it wrong, but apparently it means the axe, which is a dope name. The first of which is Everton Luis. He's coming in from Sao Paulo, £15 million in total. He's obviously a much younger player, lots more room to grow, 17 years old, won't be joining us until, I guess, January. But again, he's not too bad. He's got a lot of room to grow, and that's fine by me. And lastly, we've also got Mamadou Abaca, who's coming in from Genk for £8 million as an attacking midfielder. He's one of those players that just sort of ticked a lot of the boxes I want. So for £8.5 million from Genk, he'll be joining us next summer, if there is actually going to be a next summer. But it's just there to have another option for us in that midfield with Turgerson. I am, of course, retraining Sandoval there, because I think he is actually possibly the natural successor. But also, we didn't lose any other key members. Nobody actually asked to leave, which was great. We only had bids for Jean Carlos and for Suarez, and once again, they had no interest in leaving, and that is gorgeous. We also, of course, played the Charity Shield final because I wasn't going to muck around with that and do that as a separate episode or anything like that. So we took the lead through James Unger, scoring his first goal for the club, which was very nice, assisted by Joran Becker. Of course, Rob Brain then equalised with a really nice header for Arsenal, but we won the game on penalties. We were not that great on the night, I'm going to be honest. The gelling just wasn't quite there yet, but nevertheless, we've won the Community Shield for, I think, the second time in this save. We beat Liverpool last year in it as well, so that's kind of cool. I think it was last year. I'm just going to sort out the set-piece takers before this, because we may have some players that have come in and might actually be able to do more of a job from them, although it does appear to be the same old story. With the same players really able to take these free kicks and stuff, so that's fine. iTouch is clearly the man to take free kicks, except I've now screwed that up. There we go. Right, that's better. At one point, we also had a bid of 27 million from West Ham for Sean Lancaster, but he refused the deal, and I did kind of want rid, because we kind of had no choice. I wonder if Kostel Troffin's moved to anyone. Well. Kostel Troffin has moved and gone and joined Zenit St. Petersburg now. The 26-year-old Romanian, who had a long and sort of illustrious career at County Meg and 150 appearances over 10 years, has now moved to Russia to sort of see out the end of his career. Bootie's also unavailable. He's not at Heaton anymore, and I tried to offer him a deal and he wouldn't accept it. He's a coach! Regan Booty is a coach! Yes, lads. We've got a spare coaching slot. Go on, Regan. You know you want to. Yes! Booty is back, boys. That's what we needed. He's retired and now he's back at the club that gave him his big break. Right, so few players still away on international duty, because of course they are. Why would they be here when the season started? Few little injuries, of course, as well, which hasn't exactly helped us, but we should be able to do okay. It's so weird seeing Bolton's name in the Premier League. I am absolutely ecstatic for them. The fact that they got back up from being in League 2 at one point in this save is utterly amazing. Huge, huge fan of that. Right, Sio's actually here, shall we? That's kind of the major factor for us. So Celso's definitely not starting. That I'm certain of. So we've got a slight problem is that our backup keeper is also away on international duty still. So there's a guy called Dick Ashley here, which is just delightful. But both iTouch and Lever are carrying knocks still. Dear me, so Asman may actually have to play as a left-sided player today, which is not ideal. That might be why we struggled so badly against Arsenal in a lot of places. I think he is, you know. But with that in mind, I'm still going to put Pinto in over Celso because I trust him more now. So the bench is going to be Sandoval, Fernandez, Piszczek, Rincon, Celso just in case, De Los Santos and Hadi Aslami. Look at this guy, right? He is suddenly becoming a ridiculously decent player, like just out of nowhere. And I'm glad he stuck around because now we've actually got 3 very competent strikers at the club, one of whom has really made heavy improvements since the start of last season. I am concerned about the fact that we've obviously got Assman playing at left wing. He's got attributes that actually could make him okay there, but he's missing a lot of the sort of PPMs you'd want from a left-sided player. The sooner we get Lever and iTouch back, the better. Because at the moment, I think we struggled massively because we didn't have them in that other game. And we'll see how we do. I'm interested to see how Bolton do. I'm really interested in that. If we could scrape a win over Spurs here, even if it's just a 1-0 to start the season off, that would be fantastic. And Guerra knocks it down, and Unger, what a brilliant finish. James Unger, Notts County 1, Spurs 0. 2 minutes into the match and we have the lead already. Jose Nelson Guerra, I don't know how he wins this header. Like, it seems almost impossible here. Dubois with a lovely little nutmeg there. Dinks one up. Guerra knocks it. Actually, that's just terrible from the goalkeeper. What a finish. That is the kind of thing we need. He's got 2 in 2 already. This is good. Unger has played 2 matches for Notts County and he's scored 2 goals for him already. It's what he like to see. And Unger again and saved by Fernandez onto the post. He's winning stuff in the air. He is dribbling brilliantly. I think he could be the missing piece of the puzzle. I'm actually surprised that we're getting so much joy against them considering the system they're playing and the way we're approaching things. And Beckhardt, it's cleared away and... Oh, I think Pinto was fouled. I'm pretty certain he was fouled. Yep, he impeded Pinto. He was about to put that in and he was fouled. Go on, make it 2-0 right before half-time. Guerra, for his first goal of the season, surely steps up, slips it home. Notts County 2, Tottenham 0. Jose Nelson Guerra gets off. That's what we need. A goal in the opening game of the season for Guerra is the perfect start. Even if it's only a penalty, he needs those to build up his confidence. Well done for Pinto, though. I think he puts that in if it isn't for the defender screwing him there. 2-0 at half-time is very, very good. Peter, just get in there, make your tackle. Brilliant from Pinto again. I think he could be a standout defender for us this year. Unger with the flick on. Unger's through again. Unger's through again! And a great save from the keeper, Campbell. Perfect position for him. All the way across, and Asman's header hits the post, cleared away. Oh my god, that should have been 3 as well. There's something very good in the works with this team at the moment, I feel like. Guerra, can he drop this off for someone like Asman? Finds Beckhardt! And it's saved again. That really... we had 3 clear-cut chances, it seems, after the penalty. What a crazy end of the first half. Acevedo, lovely first touch. He's through. Can he find a cross? No. Asman might, though. Beckhardt, not quite. Uh-oh, breakaway chance now. Dubois not really tracking back very well, Peter. Pinto, what a okay, sure, it's a free kick, but he's done well. What? I'm sorry, what? He just went... Let's have a look at it, shall we? Let's have a look at the appalling tackle. Let's see how appalling Pinto's tackle is. Oh, and... Oh, I mean, it's just filth. Absolute filth. I can't believe that he's not been arrested for that kind of tackle. It's shocking behaviour. I don't know how he lives with himself at night. Moved out the way massively there. Campbell, can he pull it across? Asman! Beckhardt hits the post! And how is that not... Asman's actually had a pretty solid day here too. I'm impressed with him. Ball in. Alright. It's 2-1. A late goal back there from Contreras. Dear. Frustrating day, but we're going to get the victory anyway with players missing and awkward things happening. Oh, Suarez. He almost pulls his hand away from it. About to enter the 96th minute of this match. De Los Santos bringing it away for Notts County now. Is the referee ever going to blow the bloody whistle? There we go. Notts County 2, Spurs 1. Thoroughly deserved victory. We were massively the better side on the night. Very unfortunate, really, to only win this 2-1. Red card, crazy nonsense, but nevertheless, we got the victory in the end. That's the most important thing. Unger looks decent, despite having to go off. I think maybe if he stays on, we play even better, but still, very, very happy with that. Feel sorry for Pinto personally, but that's just life, isn't it? So, there we go. A 2-1 victory at home against Spurs is a good start to the season. Like, we've we were missing players. I'm happy to report that hopefully against Manchester United away next. That's not going to be easy at all, but, you know, it should be fine. So, next episode, of course, is going to be Champions League, our first Champions League group stage game. That's going to be interesting. We've got a tough start, you know. Spurs, Man United, Everton, who are decent now, I would imagine, and Leeds in there as well. Not an easy start to the season by any stretch. Hopefully we can stay fit and keep going. So, if you've enjoyed this episode and you're looking forward to the season, I hope you are. Drop a like on the video. That'd be tremendous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Go follow on Twitch. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. More streams this week as well. Looking forward to Wednesday night, Saturday, and Sunday night as well. So that's going to be fun. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.